Hi! This time I wanted to talk about the recent actual play, the Super Smash Bros. Actual play. If you haven't seen it, the link will be in the description. But first of all, I would like to thank one of my viewers, Elias, because he gave me some tips and advice on how to improve the lighting in my videos. At least when I record during the day, the lighting is going to look a bit more natural, as you can see. Okay, when it comes to the RemiNES actual play, because we were using the RemiNES system. By the way, that system is pay what you want, so I'm going to put the link in the description to that system as well. It was a very surreal experience because we were playing a tabletop role-playing game, but we were actually also representing the sort of situations that you expect to see or find in a retro video game. So the visualization, the immersion itself was strangely vivid and nostalgic, at least when it comes to me. It is obvious that the participants, Tyler and Ryan, they were also quite knowledgeable and experienced when it comes to video games. You could see that they brought those characters to life due to the fun, the enjoyment that they have experienced throughout the years. They represented those video game tropes quite well. And the way that the session flowed or proceeded, it was pretty excellent. You could see those video game tropes, situations, environments where they are jumping through platforms, moving through those crazy structures, the enemies that they fought against. I usually, I don't know, maybe it's luck, but I end up with players that are very efficient, quite knowledgeable when it comes to navigating the environment. It reminded me of the first session of the Dark and Terrible campaign. You know, when the Esben and Killian made their way through the dungeon, they were experts at it. And in this case, Elroy and Johnny, they also made their way choosing the correct paths or the easier routes. I think they handled a good balance of not only taking on the level with their actions, fighting and all of that, they also really took their time interacting with the non-player characters, with the cockroach and the rat later on. They obtained some tips and advice on how to take on the different sections of the level. I think that session is also a good example of how you can have an action-packed or action-driven, you could even say combat-oriented session. And just like a video game level, usually those levels do not take too long. So I think the length of time was perfect, even though I was preparing for a 1 hour or an hour and a half session. And things proceeded incredibly smoothly. Once again, showcasing that roleplay makes everything flow so well, and you have time for so many other things. If we would have wanted to, we could have played another session, but I hadn't prepared the adventure. I only prepared the first adventure. It's the campaign itself, as I have mentioned, is going to be composed of 3 levels, or 3 worlds rather. So only 2 worlds are left. So the Tuesday after the next one, we're going to continue with the campaign. And although this particular level, or rather the world, because it was designed with the beginner character in mind, things may have looked a bit easy. But the next worlds are going to be a lot more difficult. Luckily, they have obtained these currency bits. They can purchase items with that. If they so wish, maybe they want to save for some more expensive items, who knows. And they have leveled up. So they have the choice of either having one more use for their more extraordinary powers, or obtaining a new power altogether. So overall, I am very pleased with the way that the adventure proceeded. Everything worked out perfect. But truly, if you ever had some doubts or were not exactly sure how a video game tabletop RPG is handled, this is a good example. I remember in a conversation between Rick and Shonner, they were not exactly sure how video games could be handled in a tabletop RPG. Here's your example. All of those surreal effects of the score, the text boxes appearing out of nowhere, the apparently nonsensical situations, it's all there. And you will obtain even more examples as we go through the other parts of this Super Smash Bros. Campaign. Well, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. And remember, it is better to roleplay and fail in character than not to roleplay and fail as a player. Once again, thank you, and see you later.